All right, welcome. And today's meditation, we have two team members here assisting. So Moon and Jeremy are both here, and feel free to write to them if you have any technical issue or question. The meditation, I never know exactly how long it'll be, but it'll probably be about half an hour to 40 minutes, and then there'll be time for sharing and questions. And I have well, I like it, a nice sort of, it started out as 7 steps, and I think it grew this morning to 9 steps. So ignore what I said about numbers because it's a little bit more than that today. So the theme of our meditation time today is about gathering our own lexicon of metaphors that will help us in empowering and healing our energy. And we're doing this in a really meditative way versus in, let's say, a coaching way, because this is a group format. But this is actually like the heart of this, you could say, meditation sequence is giving us, each of us, our own sort of okay, this is going to show how old I am, Rolodex. Remember, I don't know what, like your, I don't know what would be the equivalent on your phone, but you can like find what metaphors help you, and it's very personal. So what I'm hoping you get from this is your own notes at the end of meditation. Don't write during the meditation. We'll go back through the sequence with our minds very present to write down what our particular metaphors are. And metaphors might come as a memory. They might come through different sense channels. So we're just gonna, all through the process, keep being open and flexible as we gather these resources, and then you're going to have time to write them down for yourself. And this is the heart also of energy coaching, what we're doing with a client, helping them gather these resources so that then through different kinds of conversations and session plans, whether we're a client or we're using this with ourselves, we're bringing that really into our body, our most like central sense of beingness, which maybe is not like the personality, it's beyond the personality. And it's also the personality. So, like sometimes we just have a really bad day or a really bad mood, or we're really stuck in some way. And these healing metaphors are there for us as a resource, not just to be spiritual, but maybe to get ourselves to an appointment we don't want to go to, or to have a kind of healthy conflict we don't want to have, or just to speak our truth. These metaphors are there for our whole self, not just this sort of more meditating maybe aspect. And people are still coming, so welcome, welcome. Let's all open our chat and just say hello. Tell us where you are. I wish I could go through and say each person's name specifically, but I want you to know that after the meditation, I do go through and read everything in the chat.
Do you want to see if it's going through the camera or through the...
It's okay, Mark. It's the way it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I want it this way. Okay. Mark had a question about the camera. Okay. So just another kind of, I say, pointer before we begin that I want to highlight is friendliness. So friendliness is a skill. Friendliness is not like something that you are or you are not. And we can all develop more and more friendliness to ourselves as well as to the world. And friendliness, you could maybe, at least for me, it connects to like the virtue of being kind and being loving, not just to others, but to ourselves too. And so I really like the word friendly. And I really like this as sort of a intention to have, like, I'm going to be friendly to myself in this meditation. So I want everyone to have their own intention for practice, but I want you to know I've been sort of geeking out on this word for about a week, looking up what are the skills of friendliness? How do people learn to be friendly? How does friendliness connect to spiritual growth? So that's just kind of a personal topic I wanted to share with you and invite you to share with yourself. So I am going to share my screen now. And I do have quite a lot of slides lined up. So we're going to use the slides today also as a reminder after meditation to go through each one again and take those notes for yourself. So during the meditation, you can be fully engaged in your process. And after the meditation, you can take notes. And you can even download the, what do you call that thing? The transcript if you want, but know that it's not always right, but it is there as a resource. All these things are resources. So, and I say this just because I know some people take notes during meditation, and if you need to, that's fine. You should do whatever you'd like. But it's also nice to know you'll have time at the end to go through that again. All right. So this is a 7-step, which, like I said, it grew over 7, started as 7 steps. And we're going to go through all these just so you're right now, you can kind of know what to expect. We're going to be grounding. We're going to be accepting the moment. We're going to be opening our senses, bringing in that friendly, caring, lovingness towards ourselves. We're going to be allowing memories to be resources. We're going to be adding appreciation and wonder to our experience. We're going to be adding metaphors to our energetic body. And we're going to be resting as our energy self in a state of expansion. We're going to be giving and receiving of wishes. And we're going to be grounding our energy in a friendly universality. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but you get it. And so we're going to go through each of these step by step. And I'm going to remind you very gently in each step that you are gathering your own resources. And just so you kind of know on the intellectual level, but I'm hoping it's already starting to go to the heart and the physical and the energy level, that you can have metaphors and resources show up for you in any way. So it might be through a memory, it might be through a sound, it might be through a movement in your body. It could be a kind of texture or color. So it could be any of the senses, and it might not make sense to you on the mind level. Why is this resource showing up in this way? Don't worry about it. Just go with whatever shows up for you. You're always in control. You can ask for another resource if you'd rather. And then at the end, we'll take notes on what those resources are. But this is a very accepting practice. You don't have to do anything or get any result in a sense. We're going to just let it come to us as it does for each of us individually. Okay. So let's just start. I like to close my eyes and have my back straight when I meditate. It's totally okay though, and wonderful if you want to be standing or lying down. And just whatever position you're in right now, let your attention go to your feet. And take a nice deep breath connecting with your feet. As you take some deep breaths, you might want to exhale through your mouth, just letting everything go, really coming into the moment. And you might want to imagine that you have a cord of light that connects you from your hips and your pelvic floor down into the earth, a beautiful cord of light. And just for a moment, you might want to put your hand on your lower stomach or on your legs, and just connect with the lower body as you breathe. Just imagining that cord of light going down to the center of the earth, and the earth sharing a beautiful, healing, grounding light back into you. And as you just feel whatever you feel right now, bringing in the word patience, security, safety, knowing, and just know that you are grounding your energy as you do this. Peace, safe, secure, and you are present for yourself right now, for your breath, for your body, for your mind. All of you is invited into this moment in yourself. So it's a friendly welcome that we can make right now, inviting ourselves fully, totally. And we're going to move into the breathing part of our practice. If you've been coming to meditation group for a while and you enjoy alternate nostril breathing, you can do that. I'm going to be guiding you through an acceptance process with the breath. And so just however you want to breathe right now is perfect. And just bring your attention to the next inhale and the next exhale. And just notice it. Notice the way you inhale. Notice the way you exhale. In this noticing, you're allowing meditation to be in your experience. Just following your breath. Inhale, exhale, however that is right now. And being very kind as you notice if a thought shows up. You notice the thought and you allow it to drift away as you return to your breath. In breath, out breath. And you may notice a pause or a gap between the in breath and the out breath. You might notice this pause after you exhale and before you inhale. And just see, what is it like after your next inhale to bring your attention to your forehead and rest there for a moment. Exhaling when you're ready. And what's it like after your next exhale to just rest in the space around your body before the next inhale? Thoughts can come, they can go. Sensations in the body are noticed. Everything is allowed to be as it is. And you can return to just noticing your breath the way it is today in its natural flow. And let's give ourselves this time to bring a metaphor to that space between the in-breath and the out-breath, or between the out-breath and the in-breath. What's a metaphor for this kind, open, pause. Does anything come to you? Something that opens and then closes, that rests there and then opens. It kind of flowing in, flowing out. Allow any images, or it could be you get a metaphor that's a sound or a texture or a body movement. Even invite your hands for a moment. Let your hands kind of be your guidance here. And I say this because my hands were already naturally doing this. So just see what it's like to let the hands guide you in your in-breath and in your moment of pause. What do the hands do? And in your out-breath and in the moment of pause, what do the hands do? And then in your in-breath again. And allow the hands to bring attention to the whole body and energy system. And just notice if the hands want to do anything to help you on this physical, energetic level. And just give the hands permission. It might be one hand or both hands, or the hands might want to be still. So just trusting our body's connection with our breath, with our awareness, and with our energy. And letting the hands or the hand come to rest somewhere on the body, feeling that connection, embracing the moment. And bringing in that friendly, curious quality to your heart, to your mind, to your body and energy. And let's give permission now for all of our senses to be open. And just kind of going in your awareness from the top of your head now, inviting your sense of sight and just letting that invitation go down over your whole body, inviting images, seeing through the sense of sight. And it's okay at whatever level this comes, or if it doesn't come, that's okay too. But we're just inviting it, inviting our sense of sight throughout our entire body to be open. And now inviting our hearing, and you might want to bring attention to the ears or to the heart, and just inviting that listening in your entire being. And breathe with that invitation to listen, to hear the body, to hear the mind, to hear the energy, to hear the metaphors, and touch. You may want to touch your fingers together and just invite that sense of touch. Feeling even the very minute details of your breath as it enters your nostrils, just going really into a close-up experience right now of touch. Feeling the touch of your legs against your chair or bed, or your feet on the floor, and just letting touch be invited into the meditation. Kinesthetic awareness, whatever that means to you, it might be movement of energy of the body, it might be stretching or yawning, and just inviting movement to be open, present, available. And feeling, inviting your emotions really in this very kind way to yourself. Invite your emotions. You may want to notice what it's like to say, I can feel however I feel as I meditate. And invite your intuition and bring this invitation to your intuition, to your inner knowing, to your emotions, to your kinesthetic awareness and touch and temperature, movement, hearing, seeing, all through your body, as though you could just scan every part of you at once and say, everything is welcome here. I can sense with all of my senses. Breathing fully as you make this invitation. Knowing that you're able to translate between your senses. So you might feel something and experience it as a leaf or a rainbow. You might hear something like a word and feel it as a relaxation in the body. You can translate between the senses and just knowing that that can happen as you breathe and connect. Allowing yourself the luxury to not understand. We don't have to understand anything as we meditate. We can make invitations and we can experience without understanding. Understanding can come later. So just make that invitation if you'd like to yourself. And if a particular sense seems more open, like, oh yeah, I can feel my body move much more easily than seeing or hearing, then just welcome that. Welcome whatever is open. Invite that to be your guide in meditation. Knowing that every time you come inside to your senses, they may be different and unique, and your senses are a resource. So noticing now which of your senses are the most alive for you. Your sense of seeing, your sense of hearing, your sense of feeling, your sense of touch, your sense of movement, your sense of inner knowing, or any other sense that speaks to you. What is the most alive right now? The most vivid? Just notice that and breathe with it. Welcome it. And from this very open, kind place, let your hand go to your heart if you'd like, and take a deep breath into your heart space and ask yourself, how are you? How are you? And listen with all your senses and be that friendly, kind, supportive source for yourself right now as you hear how you are in this moment. Everything is allowed. So just being with what is right now as you breathe, feeling your hand on your heart, connecting with your own caring, and invite a color into your being right now. Invite a color into your heart space. You might think that color or feel it or see it or hear it or sense it with your inner knowing. Any color, bring that into your heart, allowing all or one or some of your senses to communicate with your heart space, bringing healing and kindness into your moment, into your being, into however you are feeling. And as you exhale, releasing and letting go of anything that's unneeded, just letting your breath take anything out into the universe to be recycled, healed. And as you inhale, bringing maybe another color or sound or a metaphor, a picture into your heart that is kind and friendly and giving to you. This could be a metaphor from nature. It could be a metaphor of water or movement in the sky, a leaf, a shell, a texture, a sound in nature, a kind of rhythm or flow. And just invite that metaphor into your entire being. And as you exhale, releasing and relaxing, letting go, and just allowing. There may be more metaphors or just one or another kind of sense. Knowing that there's no one way to meditate, that meditation finds us in the moment as we allow ourselves to be and to receive. Your breath is always here as a steady rhythm in your experience. You're grounded, connected to the earth, kind and loving to yourself, however you experience the moment. You can always bring that intention to really validate and be present. Whether your mind is thinking or anything else, you're hearing something, just knowing I can allow this too. I can allow. And let's take a moment now to remember another time or place where you felt great peace. And just bringing in that time or place. It might have been in nature, it might have been with others or alone. A time of great peacefulness, relaxation. Maybe you were looking at a beautiful view or feeling the warmth of the sun or the gentleness of a rain, and just bringing that memory into yourself as a resource of peace. If your body speaks to you and says, I need peace in my stomach or my shoulders or the back of my head, then just bring that sense of place, that other time into the body right now. Allow movement, allow energy and flow. Let your breath go to this part of you that would like peace. Maybe it's all of you. Maybe it's just one toe. And let's bring joy, remembering a time of great joy. It might have been a simple joy like taking a walk. It might have been a big, important day. It might have been seeing a loved one or swimming in the ocean or climbing a mountain. Whatever the memory of joy that comes to you now, bring that joy into this moment, this body, this spirit. So you're a time traveler, bringing your memory as a resource, making the connections so that any joy can be now. It might be a gentle, soft joy. It might be a big, exuberant, powerful joy. Whatever level, just inviting the atmosphere of joy into the moment, into the body, and noticing the energy of joy. Is it different than the energy of peace? Does a part of your body or mind or spirit more directly ask for this joy? Is there a kind of inner movement of joy or rhythm? And is there a metaphor, a color, a sound, an image of joy? Just breathing with this in whatever form it comes, a soft color, a shimmering or a warmth or a coolness, and just allowing peace, joy, and those different energetic rhythms to be in your experience. And if there's anything that wishes for movement or healing or letting go, just let your exhale breathe what is unneeded out into the universe to heal, to recycle, feeling the loving presence of the universe there for anything that you wish to exhale, and pausing in a peaceful moment, then inhaling even more joy, peace, kindness, friendliness towards yourself. And choose another emotion, anything at all that you wish to bring in as an energy, and find a memory, a time, a place in nature, a moment, small or big, and bring that into your experience now, into your body, into your senses. An emotion that is here as a friend that you can welcome. And just breathing with your own gentle kindness as you invite this emotional helper. And allowing any of your senses, any metaphors to join you. Every exhale is a letting go and unwinding, and every inhale is an invitation to be vivid, open, spacious, present. And every exhale is an invitation to be present, open, spacious. And every inhale is an unwinding, a releasing, and an opening. Now we're going to invite nature in as a resource we add to our lexicon of metaphors. So just being very, very easy with yourself, noticing right now the body. Does the body want to move or stretch? As you meditate, the body is included. The hands are included. All of the body is included. So if the body needs to move a little, you're always invited to listen and move. Energy moves, the body moves. Emotions move, thoughts move. And we can be in that movement with a present awareness as we move, as we breathe. And just inviting the hands, if you like, they can be still or they can be in movement. As we bring in the experience of water, water as a metaphor, bringing in images or experiences of water as a healing friend. This might be a river, a waterfall, a glass of water, rain, mist. This might be snow. This might be a beautiful still pond or lake. This might be the ocean, the waves. Allowing water to come to you in any shape or form as a healing metaphor, your own unique way that water is healing to you. And then invite Earth. We've already connected with Earth, but what's your metaphor for Earth? Allow that and let your hands or any other part of you assist you in sort of gathering a quality of Earth and bringing it in, however that works for you. Feeling that frequency of Earth. Taking a deep breath. And now bringing fire, warmth, sun. However you witness fire as a healing, helping quality. Bring that fire of digestion, fire of creativity, fire of passion, fire of insight, fire of wisdom, fire of the sun, fire of the leaves in autumn becoming red. However, fire comes to you as a metaphor of healing, empowerment, let that be here for you in your own unique way. Taking a nice deep breath. And next, bringing air. However, air shows for you as a metaphor, air moving in the wind, air in a tree, air around you right now. However air shows up, it might be clouds or a color or a sound, a feeling, letting air communicate to you and bring the resource of air into the moment. Breathing with air. And now space, feeling space all around you and within you. Feeling however space shows up for you as a metaphor. Is space the cosmos? Is space the space in your room? The spaciousness in your body? The spaciousness in a thought, in a moment? How does space show up right now as a helpful metaphor? It could be words that come to you. I am spacious. I am endless. I am vast. Whatever shows up for you as space. And just take another deep breath. Letting everything be as it is right now in this moment. Appreciating your wholeness and your connection. And just dropping a color, any color of the rainbow, into the crown of your head, as though you have a little food coloring dropper, and you can just drop drops of one color into the crown and let that color go through the body as an energy, noticing its qualities, whatever color you chose. And then choose another color and drop that in and notice its qualities. Is it fast? Is it slow? Does it have a tone? Does it have a way it reflects lights? Does it shimmer? Is it solid? Does it make a journey in the body? Notice the way that color moves through you and the way it interacts with the other color. And then choose a third color and drop that color into the crown of your head as though it was a little food coloring dropper. You could just drop in to your energy, allowing the healing of that color to go through you using all of your senses. And just noticing, maybe today you need a slow oozing quality. Maybe you need a fast upbeat tempo. Whatever you need or want, inviting that color and all the colors that you've chosen to interact. And if you want a fourth or a fifth, go ahead. If you want to stay with one color, that's perfect. And just feeling that color in your face, in your throat, in your shoulders and back, in your chest, in your ribs, in your solar plexus, feeling that color through the center of your body, down into your stomach, your lower back, your pelvic floor, your hips, your legs, letting that color go down into the knees, the shins and calves, the feet. And letting all the colors you chose be in the whole body. And just breathing and allowing. As you breathe and allow and rest in the moment, bring in metaphors of restoration. What does that mean to restore ourselves? What shows up for you as being restorative, unifying? Maybe another word shows up for restoration. Maybe it's like a deep relaxing or an embodiment. Maybe the body speaks to you and it eases back or down or out or up. And just listening to what it means to be restored, to be joined, to be whole, integrated. As you breathe and you invite metaphors for this, this could be from anything in life: quilting, gardening, traveling, sleeping, making something, cooking, drinking tea. This could be the restorative metaphor that comes from nature or from your values. So just being with your own deepest wellness and resting there. Feeling the inner stillness that's always there. The inner stillness that gives you strength. The inner stillness that's there even at times when the outer experience is not still. Noticing what metaphors come to you for this inner stillness. A metaphor can be as simple as noticing the ground under a tree. A metaphor can be a person, an animal, a sound, a texture. And just let that inner stillness take form in a metaphor, and bringing that metaphor into connection with your body in this moment. My legs feel like, my belly feels like, and you finish my sentence with a healing metaphor. My back feels like, my heart feels like, my shoulders feel like, my throat feels like. And you may get images or other information. It might be a feeling, a sound, a movement, an energy. It might not be what you think of as a metaphor, but it is a metaphor. My face feels like, the back of my head and ears feel like, the top of my head feels like. And now connect it all together through your breath, breathing in and going to the lower belly as you breathe in, feeling the feet on the ground, breathing in fully and exhaling fully, connecting with the ground. Letting your exhale be long and luxurious, and letting your inhale be so comforting and kind. And make a wish for yourself right now. Make a wish for your wellness as you breathe and connect, feeling your lower belly as you inhale so fully that it expands all the way down your body. And as you exhale fully, making a wish for yourself. May I be well. May I be joyful. Whatever comes to you, whatever you need today, wish that for yourself. And then bringing your hand to your heart, letting that wish resonate like an energy, a frequency, a light in your whole body. Expand that wish out to the world. May others be well. May others find joy. And whatever else comes to you as a wish for the world, send it out from your heart as you stay connected to your own center. You may want a hand on your leg or your stomach and one on your heart or your throat or your forehead, feeling that connection to your body as you make these wishes for yourself and for other people, sending them out in all directions, and then receiving the wishes of others, knowing that you're doing this in a group of caring, kind people, and they are sending you wishes that you can receive right now. And as you inhale, receive that kindness. And as you exhale, give that kindness. Breathing in, receiving, exhaling, and giving. And take a few more breaths that way, at your own pace, in your own way. And when you're ready, feeling the ground under your feet, taking a nice deep breath, connecting with the earth, feeling that cord of light that goes down to the center of the earth and receives loving, kind appreciation from the earth. Just imagining what's that like to have this exchange with the earth, like a connection of energy with the earth, grounding and stabilizing. And notice what it's like to say to yourself, I am my own good friend. I am my own good friend. Notice what metaphors come to you for being your own friend. And just let those metaphors come. They might be surprising. They might be funny. They might be very slow or loving or fast or spacious. But let any metaphor come for this inner friendship that you feel right now, that you can always call on. I am my own good friend. And when you're ready, opening your eyes and taking some notes. It can take a moment or two to come back to ordinary reality. You might want to look around your room first and just kind of notice the colors in your space. Do you see green? Do you see something red? Do you see blues? Notice the shapes in your room. It's very grounding and helpful to the nervous system to just notice our room again after we've meditated. We might see it in a new way. And wow, that meditation was long. So it's not usually that long, but I guess I really wanted us all to gather up a beautiful lexicon of energy metaphors for ourselves. So I would love to open the chat up to you and see if anyone would like to share some of the metaphors that came to them. And if anyone wants to share with the group, raise your hand, take your time to take notes. I am going to share again with you the slides so that we have time to kind of regather through noticing what that meditation brought us. So when you grounded your energy, was there a metaphor for grounding? And if there wasn't, you can make one right now and write it down. So a grounding metaphor for you. You are creating your energy metaphorical lexicon. So a metaphor for grounding, for presence, for patience, for safety, whatever shows up. Like for whatever reason, my mind just gave me feet in the water, just feet in a puddle of water. That's my grounding metaphor for right now. That's never been a grounding metaphor for me in the past, but right now it is. Feet in a little puddle of water. So just write down whatever comes to you. You might remember from your meditation, you might not. And you can add one in right now to your notes. So in the meditation, then we followed our breath and we worked with accepting our breath, the way it flowed, whether it was short or long. And we worked with the pause, noticing the gap between the in-breath and the out-breath. Is there anything you remember about doing that? Do you have a metaphor for this sort of pause? What's a metaphor for pausing? It could be anything at all. Yep, it can be with your hands. I saw that. It could be a door that opens. It could be a flower. It could be like the pictures here, a dolphin's face, whatever it is. What is your metaphor for that pause? A common one, I think, is the tides, thinking about the ocean. If you like to sing or if you like to cook, there might be a metaphor within one of those activities for that pause. And then we gave permission to all of our senses to be open and for us to be able to translate through the senses. So you might have gotten certain metaphors for your different senses, and you can always check that out Is there a sort of metaphor for seeing, like binoculars or something else, a bird's eye view? Is there a metaphor for hearing, for touch, for smell, for feeling, for knowing? And any memories you have from the meditation, just take notes for yourself. It might be a word, it might be a movement. Just want to give you time for that. Anything that came to you through your senses as metaphors, it might have connected to your body or to your breath. I know we also, it wasn't in my notes, but we brought in the hands as helpers during the meditation. So we allowed the hands to really help us in our breathing. And I find that the hands are really critical in energy meditation, at least for myself. And I always like I tend to think if it helps me, it's going to help someone else. I don't know if that's always true, but I tend to just sort of go with that if using the hands is helpful to someone, then that's a beautiful resource. So we use the hands. Someone else, it might be the imagination. For someone else, it's words. For someone else, it's emotions. So whatever works for you, but it's nice. Sometimes we don't really give ourselves the option of the hands. Many people have this idea of a meditator as being like totally still, focused, and maybe their hands do one thing, but not a lot of movement. So it's kind of interesting when we invite movement, what that shows us with the hands. And then we asked ourselves, how are you? How are you? What was that like to validate yourself? Write down a note for yourself under how are you? What was that like for you to validate how you feel? And then you brought in, through your imagination, colors and shapes and textures and emotions. And I think we went through the body doing that. Honoring the different senses and what your experience was. So do any metaphors being remembered right now by you? Write them down. Was there an emotional helper for you? When you asked, how are you? Did you get, in a sense, any antidote of how to be with that feeling? The feeling about the feeling and wanting to give that healing. And that really led very naturally into using the memory as a resource and bringing in moments of peace, joy. And then I kind of opened it up to you, to whatever you wanted to bring in. What was the emotion you wanted? And so you were bringing the past into the present moment, and you are adding it to your energy and to your body and feeling the frequency of that emotion that you were bringing in. So take notes for yourself right now. This is the way you make your lexicon. And we also went through each of the elements. So if you'd like, maybe you got a lot of metaphors for the elements. Maybe you didn't. Maybe there's one, maybe there's several, but just notice: water, earth, fire, air, space. What were your metaphors? And just because of time, I know a lot of people only had an hour. I'm going through these kind of quickly now. We dropped colors in through the crown. And by the way, as we go over our meditation like this, it's very integrative. It is one of the most important things we can do actually after meditation, to give ourselves this luxury to go back through it, noticing it. I'm not always great at this personally, I have to say. So as I give this as advice, I give it to myself. It can be very grounding and supportive to go back over your meditation or your journey and notice it and take some notes. So we dropped colors in and we let them go all through the body, seeing what they gave us, what they were like for us. Maybe one color, maybe three, maybe more. And then we rested as presence. And we brought in restoration, restoring ourselves, the metaphors of restoring ourselves and really coming into presence more deeply, into this beingness. Boy, I'm realizing it was a really long meditation. And then we did giving and receiving of wishes. How was that for you to give and receive wishes? Did they come as metaphors? Did they come as thoughts, as emotions? And then we grounded again in that friendly universal quality, knowing I am my own good friend. And by the way, like if you look at these slides and go, but you didn't do that, or you didn't do that, that's the way I do it. I like to make these sort of slides that are helpful. And then when I'm guiding a meditation, I let myself just go to maybe one bullet point on that list. And then I just trust intuition to keep going. But I might not cover all those things. I am happy to, I'll send you guys an email with a PDF of those if you'd like. But I would love to hear from you now. Does anyone want to raise your hand and talk? So I know there had been a hand up and now I'm not seeing any hands. And by the way, in meditation group, what I like to encourage is just that we really validate each other's experience, whatever that is. Difficult, easy, loving, tough. It's all allowed. It's all really invited to be present with ourselves. It's not about wanting it to be different than it is. Okay, hello. Shamet. I'm asking to unmute, but I don't know if it's working.
Hi.
There you go.
Hello.
Hi. How
That
are
was
you?
beautiful. I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, I realized how tired I am. I almost fell asleep. It was really beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if it's okay. I put it in the chat, but is it okay to ask a question about a
Yeah.
coaching client in this session?
Oh, about a coaching client? No, I think we're just staying with meditation here for
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is more about our own kind of, path, our own growth here. But
Yeah.
I welcome in the coaching class to ask those questions.
Oh, I know. I know. I just
Yeah.
thought I would ask. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
If does this meditation relate in some way to them? You can tell I hate to say no to something. So
Yeah, um
we
I
had
had talked
talked
to,
about that young woman, right?
that's what it's about. And
Yeah.
it's ebbing and flowing, and it went really well and now it's not. And I'm quite emotional about it. And
Yeah.
a lot of that came up in the meditation just now, but I don't
Okay.
want to distract from what you are.
Well, okay, but right there, that's really important. It came up for you in the meditation, this other person.
Yeah.
So is there a metaphor you have for giving healing to a client if you wish to while you're meditating? Because this is something a lot of healers come across. We are meditating, we're doing our own practice, and a thought of another person enters our consciousness or our experience.
Yeah.
I always take a moment when that happens to accept and allow that
Yeah.
and just go with whatever kind of giving in that moment I can do, and then let it go, just like letting any thought go. I don't know if that helps you.
I guess the question I have, and it's a very metaphysical question, but with this meditation,
Mhm.
you've got the kind of the more Buddhist way of surrendering and letting go, and then you have the more kind of avatar way of creating and manifesting. You know, what am I trying to ask?
Yeah, and I love bringing those two together. I
Yeah,
love that.
I ebb and flow between them. I'm a
Yeah.
manifest and a conscious
Yeah.
creator, but I also know that sometimes you have to surrender,
Yeah.
and it's, you know, in reference to what I am going through with my client, because you, if you remember, she has MS, and so, you know, where do you guide someone in creating and then letting go? And so, you know, I want to guide her through a meditation like this tomorrow. And, you know, I've already been really supporting her in the conscious creation of healing herself.
Mm-hmm.
But where is that line in also then surrendering and letting go to what is? And I'm just feeling the
Yeah.
responsibility.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So in the moment of experience, when we help someone meet whatever is happening in the physical body or in the emotions with that kindness in the moment, we are actually adding in and manifesting, because we're adding in a level of love into the frequency. Because normally, like if we have a pain, like this morning, I walked up the stairs and my knee hurt. And instantly, because I'm a human being, I was rejecting of that pain. I was like, oh, man, was it that I ate too much iron yesterday? Because I have a thing. If I eat too much iron, I get joint pain. And I was like, was it that? You know, and I immediately started kind of attacking myself. But because I do meditate, I could go, okay, accept that right now, today, my knees hurt. And in that accepting, there's a real healing. So it's not just a letting go. It's not an attempt to let go of pain. It's actually like a loving of what is in the moment that adds that frequency of caring. So I would say with anyone who's suffering on the physical, mental level, adding in that love of what they are feeling, and then adding in the imagination and the resources they can bring into their experience. These two can really go together. How does that sit with you?
Yeah, yeah, it's good. She,
Yeah.
you know, she got our session, she got better and she was doing really well. And now she's symptomatic again. And so acceptance, you're exactly right. Acceptance is a big one of, you know, of really embracing and not going into reaction and fighting it and judging it.
Right.
So finding that
Right.
center point, I think, is really important. So that, yeah, thank you. That really does help.
And bring in the imagination however you wish, whether it's through avatars or nature or the, you know, whatever, in whatever form, memories, that she does have the power in the moment to use her imagination to bring things into herself on all levels.
Yeah.
So these can go together in the same meditation as you've all just experienced. So, yeah.
You. I didn't
All right.
want to
Thank
be.
you.
I don't want to be off topic, but at the same time, it's a big one. So
Yeah, it is. No, I think it was very relevant. So thank you so much. And I'm going to go to we have 5 more hands up and I want to make sure to connect with everybody. Thank you. Hello, Jeffrey.
Hello.
How are
Hello.
you?
I'm right here.
Yay. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Good.
We healed. I get to
Yay.
raise my arms up.
How was that meditation? Did any metaphors come?
Well, I was playing golf on the moon one time.
Golf
So
on the moon.
yeah,
I like that.
It's pretty peaceful playing golf on the moon.
Wow, yeah, that's a new one for me. Playing golf on the moon. I'm gonna
Yeah, you kind of get to
try
bounce
that out.
around. Yeah.
I love it. Love it.
And you know, always fishing is peaceful.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And only color I saw was blue, so I reckon it was a blue skies of space, I reckon.
Yeah, blue is a good one, huh? Blue is.
Yeah. I went to red one time. I don't know what the red means.
Well, you're wearing a red shirt, I see.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think red brings you?
Maybe it was the golf ball blasting off.
Oh, I love it. Oh, good to see you. Jeffrey. Any question or anything you know that you would like to share more on?
Well, the thing about meditation, you got to believe it works.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So say that again. You believe meditation works. Is that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You got to believe it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't, you're just wasting time.
True. If you don't believe it works, it's a waste of time.
But now,
with
your knee, with your knee, now you could probably put on some aspirin cream.
My knee is fine now. I just had to bring some love to it, and my knee stopped hurting.
You know why? Because meditation works.
Yeah, it's true. And relaxation. Yeah, I think one of the things that meditation allows us to do is relax enough that what is tense can kind of, I don't know, ease. So I just love these very simple words like relaxation, friendliness.
Oh, now I'm very grumpy.
Are you grumpy?
Oh, I'm grumpy. I'm super grumpy. When you say
I love how you laugh as you say you're grumpy. It is.
Look here, when you say a friend will go, I say I'm gonna tell Magali I'm grumpy. see if she's buying that today. I said, Lord have mercy.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying
it. You're not buying that today.
All right. I feel your friendliness every time you share, Jeffrey. So
I have tried to be grumpy before. I have tried that. You know what happened? Everybody asked me, well, what's wrong? What's wrong? I said, ain't nothing wrong. I'm just grumpy.
Give yourself permission to have a grumpy day.
Yeah.
All right. I love it.
I'm going to be grumpy.
All right. Yeah. Take care, Jeffrey.
It's always good. Always good.
Oh, yeah. Bye. Good to connect. Bye.
You too.
Okay. And Joy.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing good. This is my first time doing this meditation group.
Welcome. Yeah.
So it was actually my first time ever doing like an hour-long meditation, and it really didn't feel like it. You were kind of in the flow, and then afterwards I was like, okay, I feel like very different, and it didn't feel like an hour. It was just just like kind of feeling the flow of things and just going with it was really relaxing. And I feel like a huge problem I have with myself is that I tend to be very, I'm a feeler. I'm not sure if you know, like I'm also like, I'm not sure if you know the MBTI, but they call us like the healers because we feel so much and are so empathetic. And sometimes I just kind of feel like some days I feel like it's a curse because it's so heavy. Mm-hmm. But just to really accept myself, and really at the end when you said to be a good friend to myself, it was like it really hit really deep, because I feel like sometimes I'm not, because you tend to be very harsh or attack yourself. But just having this meditation and learning to be kind, and when I was going through the meditation and you were talking about like the nature and the memories and bringing that in to the meditation, it felt like the world was so much more spacious. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that really helped me a lot. So
I'm so glad. And note down the metaphors of spaciousness for yourself. Maybe those will be really helpful when you do notice any kind of like you feel that you're feeling more, than is comfortable for the world.
Mm-hmm.
What is it like to bring that spaciousness into that experience?
Right, definitely.
I can tell you one thing, because I I don't know if I would be that type from what the tradition you're talking about, but I have felt before kind of very big energies, and especially around others. And I found the funniest method. We all can find our own methods. So I found the funniest method. I find it funny. You might not, but anyway, it works for me. I'm in a kind of weird place right now sharing this. But so I felt like I had gills in my ribs, and I could release the sensitivity energetically just through like these, like the way fish breathe. That's what I felt, but on the ribs. I could just release that there. And it was really, really helpful for me. And I don't think I've ever shared this with a group before, but sometimes we can find a certain place in our body where it's easier to release energy. And we can learn to trust that. And it might not be something you want to share with a group of people, but you can, of course, share it, or you can just keep it personal. But that is something to kind of look at. And that assisted me for several years. I don't need to do that anymore, but now I do more grounding. But at that time, that was exactly what I needed. And so I think from what you're sharing, I think so many people here probably also experience a lot of empathy, and just knowing if there's any kind of movement or metaphor, or like you said, spaciousness that you can bring into that. Yeah, thank you for that. Was really important what you shared, Joy.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad you came today. Great to be with you. And Anjana, I'm probably saying your name incorrectly. You need to correct me. Anjana?
Oh, it's perfect. You said it perfectly.
How are you?
I'm playing hooky from work today.
Woohoo!
So I like, I'm going to go to the meditation because I don't ever get to go because I'm always at work.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
And I don't ever get on the speaker. I don't ever show up. So I thought, well, let me raise my hand and show up today because you're such a beautiful energy. And I love the self-portrait in the back of you there between the shot. What is it?
None of them are self-portraits, but
They look like you. They look like spirit energies of you. They really do. I don't know who did it, but they're very good portraits.
Oh, thank you. I draw daily. I draw as a practice for my own, I don't know, it's my own practice. I don't do much with them, but sometimes I post them on Facebook, but I draw daily.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to tell you I'm grateful. Aww. And I'm new to this whole thing. I mean, not new to meditation or prayer or anything like that, but I'm new to your group and participating in that way. And I usually only get to participate when you do it in the evenings. So lovely.
Well, I'm glad that you're here for this long one. You came for the right day. It was a long one.
It was. Yeah, and I'm not very visual. I'm very feeling oriented, but grounding with Mother Earth, of course, walking in the earth. I thought I didn't think of it during the meditation because usually I do a whole lot of feeling, but it was the third eye and then maybe the eye of Horus for vision, because I see colors swirling a lot. Colors came in. Not my usual choice of colors, but pink and turquoise and yellow and orange. And it was a whole thing going on.
That's amazing. That's wonderful.
So I think with the gentleman before that was so lighthearted, enjoy the 2 times I've seen him talk.
Jeffrey, yes.
Just joy. What a joy. And that's what I'm inspiring to be back to that childlike joy that I let get lost along the way. And so I'm coming back to that.
So do you think those colors are part of that?
Yes.
Yeah,
because pink was my color as a child. Bright pink. So,
and I really appreciate that you brought up that the visual is not the one you normally like go through, because I think many people are this way, and it's great to be to be happy about that, that when we each have our own way of sensing, and it might be much more feeling or kinesthetic or knowing, and it might not have a visual component, but we can always translate. So we might have to make a picture out of something that's more of a sensation, if you know what I mean.
I brought in pictures of the moments, like because of Tony and the priming and having him teach me to be grateful for things, my memories are coming back. So memories of experiences that were being at the water with the flowing grass in the sunlight, and the last trip I went to California. And so the memories of the you said waterfalls, and it took me right to the place in the Carolinas where I would go and play in the waterfalls. So even though I don't have the sight always in my third eye or in my mind, I can get a flash of a memory of a picture and feel that experience. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I also don't see pictures a lot, but then I can translate it. So so it makes it easier to write notes when you can translate it later.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, thank
you.
And I'm so glad that you're bringing in that playful child into your presence.
Oh, that's the way I think we should all live.
Yeah.
The world would be such a better place if we all stood strong in our childlike ways.
Yes, I agree. Wonderful. Good to meet you today.
Bye.
All right, take care. And I love your drawing behind you of that woman's face. That is gorgeous.
Wait. Oh, that heart is my drawings. You can't see it.
I love that. Yeah.
It's wood burning with colors, and I'll show you one day.
Oh, I love that. Please do send them to me. Wonderful. Okay. Talk soon.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And Memo, how are you? I see you here often.
I am doing great. I've been away for a while. I shared at the beginning, a few months ago, I was traveling and, magic is happening. Yesterday, I was at a music festival, and it was amazing, the experience of seeing people dancing, being themselves, being free. And it was a reminder that we as a human beings are here to be happy, enjoy life, and be a different on this world.
Yeah.
But yes, yesterday I was dancing with all these people, seeing that joy, and just now I was dancing with myself in this meditation. And it was a reminder about this friend, this little guy, Memito, that is enjoying this life through dance, through meditation, through connection. And I want to thank you for taking me part of this journey, because it's amazing. That meditation, that connection with us, there is too much noise out there. We need to silence and start listening to our heart. So I had a great dance just now, thinking about, all this process of meditation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So beautifully said. All right. Oh, wow. Okay. Terrace, hello. Oh, I can't hear you. We'll try one more time here. Is it working? Team, if anyone can help me with the unmute. All right, we'll come back, okay?
Frozen.
I was frozen? Sorry.
Oh, no, Tara's.
Okay.
Are you there now?
Hi, yes. Oh my God. There's so much to say. There's so much to say. Oh my God. It was just so beautiful. The hour went by. It was like being in this just totally rich experience that like makes just life so wonderful. And I just want to thank you again for just helping to unpeel all those years of being told what to do all the time. And every time the meditation happens, on days like today, which was super special, super special, I was more and more, I'm able to use the different senses and to visualize and to enjoy that journey of experiencing, getting in touch with our inner selves. And I mean, I was able to float. I was on a lake and I was a Buddha floating above the lake. And when you asked about the colors, it was like when we were breathing fire, I saw a fire inside of me, but it was like a rainbow fire. So the colors were flowing up through my body, up through my head, and they were all these different colors. It was really amazing. And then when you talked about the opening through the head, I put in purple, then I put in red, then I put emerald green, and then this gold matte color just flowing down, twirling around like this in my body. It was beautiful. Wow. And then I was surrounded by, like, the air was like, well, there was a beautiful waterfall. It was just cleansing everything, coming down. And all this time I was floating still on top in the middle of this lake in the Buddha position. And then when you talked about the air, it was like these tiny little beads of, like, they weren't pearls and they weren't diamonds, but it was just the air was kind of like very, very light, kind of covering around. And then all of this just started expanding all the way out when we gave the wishes for ourselves and for the world. It was so much easier to just go and expand all across the world. So it's like on so many levels, it was like so beautiful to be able to give myself all these lovely things. And then in turn to be able to share. So that breathing in and breathing out was like, I loved it. You know, when you said, now breathe in and you're accepting, which is always so difficult to do still, and then returning and giving out more. And it's like, what a beautiful give and take. Yeah. What a beautiful, I mean, I'm just like, whoa.
You just gave us such a gift to share your experience. I felt like, I just feel in awe of sharing that with you. You sharing was just like this gift giving. So thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. It's beautiful. So there's a lot to sort of, it was so rich, and it was like, it's obviously going to have time, and there's going to be more coming as the time sets all these experiences that have happened this evening, you know, as they settle. I'm sure there will be even more beautiful feelings coming from all of this, and sensations and insights. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. And bringing that up is really important. We can all just, whatever our experience is in a meditation, that comes and goes, right? But we can kind of notice, what is it that sort of stays like an echo? And I think when we do practice, whatever that means regularly for us, it might be once a week, it might be 3 times a day, whatever it is, just noticing the kind of ways over time that it changes your day-to-day experience. It might just be that you appreciate moments more, or that you listen a little more, or that whatever it is, but it's good to look back and notice, how am I, you know, a little bit, I don't know. I mean, I'm always telling people not to try to be more, because we don't want to always be grasping for something different, but it's also nice to notice that, wow, like you said so wonderfully, that now you have more sensory experience available.
Definitely. And I think what you're saying is it's kind of like, as we get more and more expansive in our consciousness, we're more aware of the red lights that have been put up in our way, in our journey towards today. So we're able to go back and maybe change those red lights to green or amber and then green.
Well, I like the way you're saying it. Mine was a little more subtle, just like witnessing, like, oh, am I a little bit kinder to me, to others? Am I a little more, whatever it is? I think we have these subtle changes, right, in our day-to-day life that we can notice. And sometimes they're more right after a deep meditation like you had. You might notice the next 24 hours has a kind of different quality.
Wow, I just thank you so much for taking us on this journey and just really opening the gates, opening the gates to all of this possibility, which I think just so many years of saying, gotta stay still, can't move. I mean, even during this meditation, I actually I drank a whole fruit juice because I said, I'm going to do whatever I feel like doing. If this is a soothing feeling, that's what I'm going to do.
Good. That's great. I'm so glad. Okay, good. Talk soon, I hope. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Absolutely. And Nura? Sometimes it takes a minute to unmute. Okay, maybe we will come back to you, Nura. We'll go to Bernadette unless the team tells me. Oh, no, there we go.
There I am.
Hi,
Hello.
how are you?
Hey, aloha. I'm from Maui. So I kind of missed the beginning part of it because of the time difference. So I'm a little bit bummed.
Oh, well, there'll be a recording. It's already there on Facebook.
Yeah, so I'm happy to see everyone here, and I can't wait for the next one. And just to kind of like, recap what you guys did, or what went on and stuff. I've done some transcendent meditation, but it's so difficult to like stay still, and it's there's so much distraction, even though I'm in a place where there are no distractions. Just my mind just keeps going 120 miles an hour. I'm like, stop. How do I do this? How do I quiet my mind? So that I'm learning. It's just so hard. Some days are good. Some days I fall asleep even. And I'm not sure because I'm so tired or just because I'm just so relaxed that I just fall asleep. And they tell me, don't fall asleep. Don't get too comfortable, And, 20 minutes and all that kind of stuff. It's good. But 5 minutes into it, I'm just like, okay, why am I thinking about all these things that I shouldn't be, so that's hard for me.
Right. And there are so many different styles of meditation. I think it's interesting to just know that, and for all of us to find the methods that really work for us. So for myself, when I used to get distracted not by thoughts but by energy, and I was told, stop having all those energy experiences. That's not good. That's just experience. Let go of it. I was kind of given that direction over and over again by teachers. And eventually I heard another teacher say, just accept whatever is going on. If it's energy, if it's a thought, if it's a feeling, just really accept that that is the experience right now and don't run away from it. And when I started to do that, then it was like meditation found me. I wasn't trying to meditate anymore. And so I think we all, for like, I found that on a YouTube video, that wisdom. Like, we never know when something is going to make its way into us as a direction that's really helpful. But I think trust yourself, Nura. If your mind is thinking a lot, what's it like to do a meditation where you just say, okay, mind, I'm going to be really nice to you as you think. I'm going to sit, and there's a part of me that's going to listen to that mind thinking, and just notice that there is this presence you are that can hear the mind, because the mind will think. The way the heart beats, the mind will think. I don't know, might want to try it. I don't know if you're there anymore. I'm not hearing anything. So I hope that is helpful, and we'll go to Bernadette next. Bernadette, hello.
Oh, hi, thank you. Thank you, Magali. Thank you for everything that you do.
Good to see you again.
Oh, thank you.
Your hair looks nice. It looks different.
Thank you. It's a new hair. Thank you. I have a question, because I've been listening to your meditation for over a year now, and I've been here almost every week. But still, sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. But then today I'm trying to focus on the meditation, because even though I feel like I don't understand, it's like I'm doing the meditation to my first client that I got a small meditation I practiced.
Mhm.
And I was just surprised. And after a while, I lost my client. And then later on, she come back and said, she wants me to hire me back because she wants me to meditate with her. So it's like, wow, she wants to meditate with me. And in fact, I don't even understand what I'm doing. And so now that I have my client back and I have a new client this evening, it's like I'm trying, thank you. I'm trying to focus myself on the meditation, but it's like, as I understand the meditation, it seems like I see myself doing the session and then applying what I'm learning for you, but I'm said, no. Later is my time for my client. I want to be present. I want to get the most of it. But my mind is just like, it's like she's very hard-headed. It's just like I'm here in the meditation with you, but my mind is like I see myself doing a meditation to my client. And then when I was able to quiet the mind, okay, you keep still, stay here, just listen to Magali. And then I'm ready to focus on you. Another thing comes out is like, I am leading a meditation with my family. It's just like because I'm doing a mass extension. And in the mass, there's a period of silence wherein we have to bring in our intention. I'm integrating like the breathing exercise, like before we start, let's breathe in and allow God to be present and intervene in this mass extension. And then I'm bringing my family because there's a misunderstanding and to talk about the feelings is hard, but I want to use that.
Yeah,
So like,
can I bring in an idea for you here?
yes.
Perhaps when you're thinking about the client work or about the family or about guiding meditation, these are actually resources. So it's part of your experience, your deep caring and your deep commitment to service. It's using everything at once. And I really understand that. And so when you get a vision of yourself doing the coaching or leading the meditation, accept that as a resource you're being given. Maybe you're being given the future in that moment to really just honor that. But that's the way you are gathering resources. You know?
Okay. Thank you.
Does that
yes.
help it?
Yeah. It's just like, I feel like I have to trust in the unknown because I'm always the kind of person I have to prepare. I have to make sure that I'll be meeting their expectation. And I would say I'm the kind of person that always strive for perfection. Yeah. And I always everything to be perfect. And I don't want that it's like they get more than what I can offer, more than what their money pay me. But at the same time, I had to teach myself to be quiet, to trust in the process. Yeah. Something like sometimes I'm so pressured because even if I already done it, and like the first client is like I spend the whole night, the whole week preparing, but now it's my second client. Seems like I'm more relaxed. But still, when I do my preparation, like a special meditation, because especially in the first session, she said, I like the way you do the meditation, even if I don't even understand what I'm doing, because even myself, I feel like I don't even get it. Yeah.
Trust the unknown. What is your metaphor for the unknown?
It's like going into the sky.
Yeah. So can you bring that in before your session into your being? That experience and just trusting in that. That you see, these are you have so many metaphors, Bernadette.
Yes.
You have so many resources that you're gathering, and I think it's beautiful to hear how this is evolving in you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I think that was our last share. Let's go to gallery view and just see each other. And yeah, we can mirror each other. I go to gallery view and then the team member takes it away for a second. I want to see everybody. So just let's take this moment to notice each other and even mirror each other. See what's it like to smile like someone else is smiling, or to put your hands in a gesture like someone else. Just feeling that real connection with each other. Yeah. And if someone's not in video, you can just honor their name on the screen, And really, and you know, when we're live in person at retreats or events, one thing we do is we walk around the room, just connecting each of us with each other for a moment. And in our day-to-day life, you know, just noticing strangers. And for a moment, giving your attention to that stranger with kindness. I think it's a beautiful practice. And here, in a sense, we're so connected, and also we don't really yet maybe have a personal relationship. So we do that here in Zoom as well. All right, guys, be well, everybody. So good to be with you. And of course, I didn't mention anything about energy coaching, but the team added some links there on the side if you guys are interested in the Facebook pages. Also, we are enrolling in energy coach training. So that's if the team could add that link. I don't have a mind right now. I don't even remember the energycoach.net, I think. Energycoach.net, I think, is the link if you're interested in reading about my energy coach training. And be well. Okay, sending you lots of love. Take care.